Hello everyone, this is Ron and I'm back with you with another episode of Empire Coins and Collectibles. And what you're looking at right here and here is a shipment I received from ANACS, probably I would say mid-March time frame, and I did not open it for quite some time. I was going to do it on camera, but I got so busy I wasn't able to record it. However, I thought I would go ahead and share the results with you in any case. But before I do, if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. That would help us immensely, and ring that bell. You'll get a notice every time we post a new episode, and it would help us grow the channel and reach more people, because we do hope to inform and also to entertain. Miss Empire is the puppet master, and we all kind of have our strings pulled around here and do as she bids. So you'll enjoy some of the commentary from her. She leaves these little snide remarks or funny remarks about my efforts, but that's okay. There's a lot of laughter in our house, as it should be. So let's go ahead and get started. I have this book right here for a very specific reason. It is one of my reference books. Yeah, it's 1901-2000, and it was put out, I guess this was put out in 2007. Yeah, there it is up here. So it is an older book, but the information about the coins, the mintage, and that sort of thing remains the same. The prices change depending on collector's interest and, of course, the silver content. But here we're mainly looking for the rarity of the coins in different grades. I do have another book over here. I do collect a lot of tokens, and I'll kind of swing this over so you can get a better look at it. United States tokens. I've got a large collection of Civil War tokens. Maybe I will share those with you at some point in the future. But in this particular episode, what we're going to do is just kind of show you the results of the grades that I received from ANACS. Now, interestingly enough, I love the Bahamian coins from the 60s and 70s, and haven't been able to grab any from the early 80s to mid 80s, I think, because some of them are pretty rare. But most of what you're going to see here in this and this are 50-cent pieces, $1 and $2, and I did have the $5 submitted to ANACS, but the $5 coin from the Bahamas was too big. They could not grade it simply because they didn't have a plastic housing for it once it was graded. So I've got the 50 cent, the $1, and the $2 coins, which I think would probably be a very, very much an interest to you. The $5 coins are gorgeous, and at some point I may have to send those in to PCGS or some other grading company like NGC. But in spite of all that, let's go ahead and get started. Now, this thing is a little different. Oh, and by the way, what you're looking at now is the containers that I bought, the slab containers for coins from NGC. I love these because the coins are at an angle and you can immediately see what the coin is and what its grade was. Because right here we can look at the first one. It was a 1973 50-cent piece, PF 68. It's deep cameo from the Bahamas. So that slant and the printing of the critical information on the top of the slab is so very, very helpful. Now, let's go ahead and get started. I said initially that I do love the look of the Bahama coins. They're very unique and well done from an artistic standpoint. The first one I'm going to pull out and let you see. I think the camera is looking pretty good, and the lighting is okay. You can see that frosty version or the frosty condition of the high relief on this 50-cent piece. I love the look of the swordfish. Just absolutely gorgeous. And clearly you can see the writing and the year stand out along with the waves. Just a beautifully rendered coin, and it's highly desirable from my standpoint. But you know what's really interesting is even though the grade is very, very high, a lot of times people think, oh, I've got a 68 or a 69 on a proof and I've got something. Proofs are pressed multiple times in the minting process to bring out that high relief so that it is of collector interest. It's different from how the circulated coins are minted. It's like one and done, and they're shipped out to be sent to the banks. But these are minted specifically for the collectors, and so the condition is much, much greater. And most of these, almost all of these coins were minted by either the British Mint or the Franklin Mint for the Bahamas. Now, let me just share something with you about this coin. This is a 73 50-cent piece. The mintage on it was not that high. It's a proof, and it had only 35,000 minted. So that is a really, really low number in terms of rarity. It's not the lowest. I've got one even lower that we'll share with you in just a bit. But just look at Queen Elizabeth. Isn't she just beautiful? But just a beautifully done coin. So 35,000, kind of a rare deal, but not super, super rare, but rarer than most proofs that are issued out here in the States. This next one is, again, it's another 50-cent piece, but it's a 74. And look at the difference here. That's a 73. This is the 74, right? They changed the reverse on it because the obverse would be with Queen Elizabeth. But it's still a beautiful. You've got the dolphin and the swan. That's not a swan. What is that? Flamingo. That's what that is. Just beautiful. Hey, if you ever go down to Florida, don't be surprised if you see a bunch of pink flamingos, plastic, out in people's yards down toward Miami. That was a big thing back in the 80s and early 90s when I lived in Florida. It's kind of amusing, but it worked for us down there when I was there. But this also was a Proof 68 deep cameo, and just, once again, beautiful. Proof 68. And, oh, well, guess what? I thought Queen Elizabeth was on this one. This one must be the averse. That is my mistake. I wonder why they did that. I may have to do some research. This is the same reverse as we saw in the other. It's really interesting, isn't that? How about that? Okay, so the details on this, 74, 94,000 were minted. I might add, I only have one of the 73s. On the 74s, I have 6. And we'll see all of them here in just a second. But this is the first of them, deep cameo, proof, silver. Okay? Made by, I believe it was the Franklin Mint as well. Here's a 69, same 50-cent piece from the Bahamas. I like that it's a 69. I surely thought when I sent these in, look at the high relief and the beautiful frosty look of that swordfish. I surely thought when I sent these in that I would have one or two come back as a 70. But I can tell you what, ANACS pretty tough on their grading when it comes to proofs. Here is another one. This is the third one, Proof 69. 1974, and again, the mintage was 94,000 on the proofs. Now, they do have some, I believe, that were issued that are not proofs. Some of those may be rarer than the proofs because most of the people would want the proof in their collection, so they made more of them. Okay, and here is the fourth one, another 69. So I am not disappointed with the grade of Proof 69. But again, I'm wondering if I were to take these out of the slab and send them into NGC or PCGS, if I might get a 70 out of it. That would make it a premium coin. Here's another Proof 69, 50-cent piece. Again, I just love the look of these coins. Now, it's really interesting why this is on the reverse on the 74, on the back of the slab, and this is on the front of the slab for the 73. I wonder, was there some reason why ANACS did that? Or was it just simply throw the coin in there, get it slabbed, and move on? I don't think that the latter was the case, because all these are oriented with this being the front of the slab. Interesting. But still, again, a very beautiful coin, 50-cent piece. And I think we're getting close to the last one. We've got one more, I believe. Yeah, one more after this. This is another proof 69, and I am not disappointed. I know I repeat myself, but I'm getting older. Be patient with me. And then here's the last of the proof 69s that are 50-cent pieces. And I'll give you another look of the back here. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, if you want to look at an absolutely gorgeous coin, this really does not do it justice. This is a proof 68. It is a $1 coin from the Bahamas. Deep cameo. Look at that conch shell. I'm just bewildered in terms of how gorgeous this thing is. There were 35,000 of these minted in 73, $1. They're all silver, by the way. All silver. They're either 80% silver or sterling silver, like 92.5% silver. I think the 50-cent piece was 80% silver. This may be also 80% silver, because I believe the $2 and $5 are maybe 92% silver. You can check me on that, by the way. And if I'm wrong, leave a comment down below. But just look how frosty this is. I just love the look. And the wreathing right there. I believe I've said this in the past, but I will repeat it here. We went down to Key West to just be the tourist, do the tourist thing. And there's a lot to see on the way down through Miami, Coral Gables, and then into Key West. Just a beautiful place to visit. Very unique, a very unique culture. And we went to a seafood place, of course, when we got there with our friends. And they had something called conch fritters. Now, if you've ever had gone to a fish fry, you'll see that there's oftentimes they'll fix something called cornbread fritters, deep fried. They're absolutely exquisite. Not probably too good for your health with all the grease, but they're just delicious. So I thought, yes, I'm going to try the conch fritters. But when they brought the conch fritters out and I started eating them, it was like chewing rubber. There was no flavor, or at least in my opinion, there was no flavor to them. Maybe it's just how they cooked them at that particular restaurant. But in any case, yes, you can buy conch fritters in Key West. Here is the $74, and again, it has the dolphin, or is that, yeah? No, that's a swordfish. Now that I see the cell on the back of it, the swordfish and the flamingo. Again, look how frosty. Look how frosty this is all up in here. Proof 69, deep cameo. Love it. Here's the reverse with the conch on the back of it. Those are beautiful shells, by the way. People do collect them. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now, the $74 there were 94,000 of them minted. So it's rare in terms of what's normally minted by the United States for its proofs. Very rare from that standpoint. But by number, 94,000, it's getting up there a bit. But still, it's not like millions being produced. I have 5 of these. So this is the first one. Give you a quick look at these. This is the second one. Proof 69. I just love the look of these. And I'm still bewildered why one of them, at least one of them, didn't get a proof 70. I'm telling you, sometimes I think that ANACS is too hard in their grading, and on occasion, on a very rare occasion, they surprise me. I get a higher grade than I expected, but that's a rare occasion. ANACS is pretty conservative in its grading, I think. You may have a different opinion based on the results you've gotten when you sent things in for them to grade. But just look at this. How exquisite. Look at the mirror background, how dark that background is, and how frosty the foreground is. If I can get this one out and back in and this one out. And this one's a 68, not a 69. Give you a good look of it right there. And see the top of it? It kind of slopes back, and that's made explicitly for this case. Now this one I kind of see there's a little bit of scuffing up here. The reason why it got a 68. Another dollar. And again, these are all silver. I think, I could be wrong, but I think these are 80% silver. I'm sure Miss Empire will leave a note somewhere down here around there. That's a 69. Just gorgeous. And look at that conch shell. It's almost like 3D. You could almost like kind of reach in there. And then we have, we have this one. Again, you know what? This one has a little bit of, I don't know, toning on the coin. You can probably see it. It looks like a little bit of a haze. And that's the reason why I probably got a 68. But look at this side. Just absolutely phenomenal. This is the first $2 coin. It's a 73. Look at that. 2 flamingos, the sun rising in between them. Just down in the South would say we would be flabbergasted with the beauty of this. Speechless. I don't know who designed these. I probably could find out real quick in these books here, over there. But they did a phenomenal job. This was 68, and you can probably see why it was a 68 right there, a little bit of frosting, right? But just beautiful. I have 5 of the 74s and 1 of the 73s. The 73s, again, were about 35,000 mintage. This one, the 74s, are 94,000. Kind of keeping track with the other denominations. And then we have this other one, 68. And I'm just astounded. Beautiful coins. I mean, do you get excited when you see a beautiful coin like that? Now, this one's a 68, and I don't recall this frosting, the haze being down there on that. But, you know, when coins are exposed to the atmosphere, sometimes that happens. Or the packaging, but I don't think the packaging did that. I just want to reach in there and take a nice, light, soft towel or something and see if that would come off. But I know they weren't like that, or at least I didn't think they were. Maybe the lighting wasn't good when I packed them up. But look how striking this is. The light just leaps off the sun there. That's just remarkable. And again, there were only 129,000 minted. Still, 129,000 minted for the $2 coin is not a lot when you think about other proofs or millions that are produced for the collector base. If you're looking for rarity and a potential for perhaps the value to rise, you look for these foreign coins that are just exquisite. They have high collector appeal, but low mintage. 129,000 is not that bad. I do have one that will surprise you, though, in terms of mintage. We'll get to it in just a bit. And here's another 68. $2. And again, I just cannot get over how the light leaps off the rays of the sun. Okay, so that's this box. Let me go ahead and kind of put this back. We'll get this back in the housing and we'll switch boxes. So this all came in the same shipment. This box is not quite as full, and it does have one coin from Jamaica in the back. So I do collect them from the islands and Central and South America. So here is another $2 coin, 69. Now this is a higher grade, and you can tell why. Beautiful. And just, I don't know. I'm just enamored with this side of the coin. And perhaps I like it a little bit better in the conch shell, but that would be saying a lot. Just gorgeous. What do you guys think? Is this something that might trip your interest? Here is another $74 $2, and it is 69 as well. Proof 69. Deep cameo. All these coins were deep cameo, and you can see why. Wonderful. Here is another proof 68 that's a 75. The 75 had 29,000 that were minted, and I have, I think, one of these. So I was very pleased to get this. 29,000 is not a lot to be minted. It's a small number. But what's going to surprise you is when we get to the 78. Here is the 78 $2 coin, proof 68, I should say. Well, it's year 1978, $2 proof, 68 deep cameo. A little bit of hazing over here. Gosh. But what is remarkable about this coin, let me just ask you the question, and leave your comments right now down below while you're looking at this video. What would make this coin rare, in your opinion, in terms of quantity? What would make this coin rare? Now, just so you know, one would think the rarer the coin is, the more expensive it gets. That's not the case on this coin, so this might be a value buy right now. But the proof 68 from 1978, I should say 1978 proof, only had 6,931 of them produced. That's rare. This is one of the rarest, not the rarest, but one of the rarest by number coins that I own. Am I happy about that? Absolutely. I surely am. And then this is kind of out of topic, but this is the one Jamaican coin that I sent in as well, just to make out, the numbers that I was wanting to submit. I think I submitted somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 coins, something like that. This is a proof 69 from Jamaica. Deep cameo. But notice it's not as remarkable in the rendering in terms of what's on the coin as the Bahamas. The Bahamas know how to create beautiful coins. But proof 69. All right, my friends, I hope this has been of interest to you. We endeavored to inform and entertain, and sometimes we make mistakes that my wife does point out and make fun of me, but I enjoy it. I really do. We're not perfect, but we sure do like collecting coins. What about you? You take care, and it's been good chatting with you. Until the next episode, all the best. And please know, if you're not out there looking, you're not finding.